And we're starting out with a question. What is happening? And we're just going to dive right into the real life tarot. See what the real life tarot has to say for us right here, right now, while we are waiting for another question. What's happening? What's happening? What is happening right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what's happening. It's all about that screenplay. You biting your nails. Asleep at night. Your bed broke. You got that screenplay back. Upside down. All the kids came out to play because they thought your play sucked. So what else do we have to say? What else is happening? Screenplay is not working out. And you're up late at night smoking cigarettes. Chain smoking cigarettes like they were going out of style. Playing lottery games, slot machines, and losing all your cash. What's happening, man? You're busted. You're busted broke. That's what's happening. Let's see what else is happening here. The number 1111 is about spiritual awakenings. Let's see what the real life tarot has to say about. Welcome, random stay. I just saw that you were here. What the real life tarot has to say about 111. We got a few cards coming out here. Let's just arrange them on the table. Look at this. We have that S coin. Your S coin is coming into your reality. The mix is in. The mix is in. Bitters plus whiskey plus a little twist of lime. Sometimes tastes good, but it tastes better with cherry. And there's that prime rib hanging on a hook in the dark, ready to be cooked up. Something new is happening. Something new's happening all the time. Chain smoking cigarettes late into the night while waiting for that prime rib to cook. After dinner, you get a makeover, a big glow up, supple, silky skin, repaired, renewed, soft. In the middle of the night, an alien came in to your room from a cave. That's what's happening. That's what's happening when you wake up to a new reality. Let's see what else is happening. Let's see what else is happening. I just froze, didn't I? But we'll just see what else is happening. The internet is not very good. You know, you pay $100 a month for internet service, and you get an upload speed of 7 and a download speed of 43. You know, that ain't right. But I live out in the boonies. And out in the boonies, boonies, you don't get any choices of companies. It's all a big monopoly. They can do whatever the F they want to you. That's what's happening. It looks like somebody's got a third nipple in the center of their chest. Like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I see 13 people lurking in and only 3 likes. Smoking weed from that weed tree. I'll be right back. What's wrong? What noise? Well, I'm doing something. It's not the dog. Put your seat back down. Good night. There's that third nipple in the center of your chest. Smoking weed from the weed tree. Somebody's keep calling me back. What was that? She's right over here. Oh yeah, she did. She moved all the paper out of the way. That's what she's scratching at. She's scratching at you out. I'm trying to find a spot. Night, Mom. I think these pants are now flat. Okay. Let's just start over. I like that third nipple in the middle of the chest. Keep getting called out. I should probably just start this thing all over again with all these long pauses and so forth. Wish I could do that. Look, it's S-Coin again. So what's happening? No, there's nobody watching in, so I'm going to start this one over again. Try to keep something going on. Somebody yelling for you. Needing your assistance. Scared in the night. Scared at any kind of noise. That's what's happening. Need to clear the spirits out of the air. Let's bring our mind to here, to now. Right into the present. This live starts now, 10 minutes into the stream. 111 1551. It's about change, all bounded in self-expression, awakening yourself to a new reality, making changes, going forward. That's what's happening right now. This is the Real Life Tarot. It's actually a joke tarot deck, but it's pretty, it can be pretty accurate. Right now we're just using it to tell stories. We're waiting to see if anybody has a question. So we're going to take a card off the top, a card off the bottom, one off the top, one off the bottom, and this one here from the middle. And let's see what kind of story we get from the Real Life Tarot. This top card here is all about a magician. Tricks up the sleeve, tricks in the cloak. An Abe Lincoln beard, tattered clothes. The magician needs work, but no one came to see the show. Through the door, people went in and out, revolving around and around and around, spinning dizzy till they got sick. Life is like a big bag of trash lying on the sidewalk, forgotten, waiting for someone to pick it up. That game controller you thought was plugged in isn't. That's why you lost. The chair stands empty at the open mic. Nobody walked on stage. Nobody wants to play. That's what we got here. Let's try another one. Real Life Tarot. It's still shuffled from the last time. We'll just do the first top 5 cards and see what they have to say. If you're just tuning in, this is Tools of Fortune. Another one kind of popped up. You know, it's like one of them nights. You get that hankering to get up, go down to the neighborhood bar, sit down, order a Kraken, neat, a lady in a red sits next to you. Her hands shaking as she lights up a cigarette. Across the bar, a man lurks, wanting a piece of the action. It's interesting. I get this card all the time, the mixologist, but the bartender mixes up a Manhattan for you. So when you come in, you sit next to the lady in the red dress. Do you sit next to the lady in the red dress, drinking your Manhattan mixed neat? Mixed neat, that whiskey, that sweet vermouth, a little bit of cherry juice, and some bitters. I bet you're thirsty for that, aren't you? And to sit underneath that tree out back. That Manhattan reminds you of another time when you were younger, driving down the lonely highway at dusk. The trees whipping past in a blur. A zombie popped out of the grave, drinking that Manhattan made you feel dead inside, though your body animated, going through the motions, going to work every day, day in, day out, bored to tears. The expenses of life are high. You need that job. You need to keep going. You need to keep doing. Oh, I'm just spinning through these cards. I don't have anybody I'm reading for. I was just waiting for somebody to come on. Dead inside, going to work, anxious, anxiety spills over in your life, spills over to your other life as a gamer. Anyways, did you have a question, Angie? I can answer a question for you. We can put this aside if you have a question. Otherwise, I can go read some more real life tarot. You know. Yeah, I know. There's 4 people lurking in. Actually, it's one is my monitor. So there's actually not 4 people. It's only it's you plus 2 others. It's you plus 2 others is what it is. For a brief moment, it went up to like 25, but I kept being called out. I was trying to get my mother to get to bed before 11, but she didn't get to sleep in time. Anyways, No, the monitor is this. I'm just have a monitor there to make sure that the stream is clear. Looking at things and make sure everything is all clear. You know, knowing when I freeze and everything. Well, I suppose we can just flip the camera up and we can just sort of chat and see what happens. All right, let's do that then. If you insist. We take this like this. Oh. Oh, I see. Your mother wants to say something? Okay. Let's go like this. And we'll turn the camera this way. And there we go. Got my bald head looking out. I suppose I could put the tinfoil hat on. I should do a costume change. Just hold on a second here. I'll be right back. Still here, just in the room. There we go. It's better this way, rather than this old reggae t-shirt. There we go. Well, you know what? We can, I haven't done this on this channel. I guess I could. I got a hat here. Halloween's coming up. This kind of helps with the readings, you know. Anyways, I do that on my other channel. Put a tinfoil hat. I did it a couple times on 999 show. But all right, well, let's just do it this way. See what happens. We got some cards. Somebody can see what they're looking at. I'll just spin a story with these real life. So you laughed, huh? Yeah, you know, I was like, this is like a couple of years ago. I was looking at Tea and Tarot. That's what I like that channel. Haven't checked in on it for a while. Guy broadcast out of Germany. And he came on once and he was wearing an old t-shirt, kind of like this one here. I thought, oh, this guy it is a real person, you know. You can tell it's a real person when they forget to put their costume on before they go on live, and they just go on like some old t-shirt. Yeah. Anyways. All right, well, we'll just go in to the real life tarot. We'll spin some stories. We'll be on for a few more minutes, and then I'll say goodnight since nobody has a question. So we're going to start first with the microdoser. So the first part of this story it's about microdosing, taking those mushrooms in a tea just to see what might be. And there's this guy in your dreams sifting through the boxes of your mind, memories popping up, and you're turning them around and around shaking the boxes, trying to figure out what that memory is, because the doses of shrooms is opening doors in your mind, and these boxes are your dreams, your memories. They are things that you put away in the past. Things that you put away in the past because they no longer served you, or they were things that never came true. Just these boxes, they are the childhood trauma, they are the hopes and dreams. Your dreams to be a rock star, actress, your own personal event horizon, yes. And then in this micro-dosing reality, the door spins round and round and round, but it never opens out to another world. It just keeps rotating in and out, revolving around and around and around. You're just sifting through the boxes of your past, your trauma, your memories, revolving around and around and around, never opening out to the outside world. You get tired. You take a shot of that 25-hour power. It takes you to Phobos, yeah? You get like micro-dosed up to the moon with that 25-hour power, jacking your energy up high. You're high up in your brain, spinning around in your dreams, sorting through the boxes of your past, mixing it up with that lover you once were so in love with. That one who treated you like meat on a hook, but you didn't mind. You're young. Out on the French Riviera, the lies were so thick. The lies were so thick in that moment. It catapulted you up to the stars. And we're in this one here with your browsing history of your mind. How about that one? How's that? Spinning stories with the real life tarot. Why don't we go move over? If nobody wants to ask a question or anything like that, we'll continue doing this for a short time more. I didn't really want to go do comedy or anything like this on this show. I wasn't. Spinning stories, my butt, but it seems I've been doing a lot of work while I'm sleeping through. That was happening when I get drained. Thank you. Yeah. Spinning stories. I did a painting earlier on my other channel, and it's actually in the other room. kind of, yeah, we'll go look at, welcome, Mama Sushi. We're just trying it this way. I don't think it really matters, does it? Whether the camera's face down or... So your mother says, can made to traverse time and space, doesn't it mean without cost, though? Yeah. Yeah, it does. It travels. So you're tapped into your mother right now because she's answered in. So what I said is like dead on, even though it was like I'm just sort of making this stuff up as I go along. I mean, some of this stuff. I mean, this real life tarot, I kind of treat it like a trainer. This was like like the training wheels. The training wheels for doing a reading, because it doesn't come with a manual. And it doesn't come with a manual. And so you're left with just your imagination to figure it out. I think you could probably use it. Well, I don't read Lameron. I mean, it looks like this has got some good cards like this. You know, we got Cupid getting crushed by an elephant. Yeah, thank you, Jimmy. That's a nice thought. And so actually you've gotten a little bit of a message from your mother. Seems like tap into your ancestral. So you would wonder if she ever learned. Okay. All right. All right, thank you. And then we have, I'll just kind of go through these cards. Catfish. And man has never really caused any harm. I thought he was kind of dissipated because for some reason he's been gone for a while, but it seems like he's gone helping in your mind. So kind of like that revolving door in your head, boxes moving around and around. Here's like that, some glow up kit. Smoking. You're gonna try and go to sleep. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay on very late. Good night. I'm not gonna stay on too long because I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Rockaway tomorrow. And I gotta leave. I gotta get up in a few hours, like 7-8 hours, so I can get ready to go to the beach. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. So we got these are different kind of cards this deck has. I do have a long play video on my channel, kind of going through the different cards. So the revolving door, yeah, welcome. You have a good sleep. The door in your head is the betrayal from your mother, but hoping she would find out the truth at the moment of her passing. But she is still saying that she almost got it out. Interesting. And a bunch of kids. I always kind of interpret this card as like a weed tree, like the weed you smoke or something like that, if you were into that. Oh, I see. There was an ending of a message that you don't quite know what it means. I see. I'm not exactly a medium, Angie, so but I have had, I mean, when it's people that I have known and they've passed, I have gotten messages, but I haven't really got messages from people that I don't know. So your mother is you, okay. All right, well, how about if I just do some, let me clear the air here for you, Angie, and let me try this. Try it one more time, and this might make a good exercise. We'll just kind of do this, and so we got my little thingy here. So Angie has a question. I'm going to bring our mind just to quiet here and hope that an answer can come forth using the real life tarot. Let me be a medium, a vessel for her to hear from. Yeah, I need to have Hershey come on sometime. It's been a while since I've had a guest on 999 show. I wanted to have more, but let's just see. For Angie, a message from her mother. Okay. Angie, I want you to tell me when to stop shuffling. I'm gonna just sort of shuffle these cards up. And oh, her name is Hershey, Corey. Corey, okay. All right, Corey, if you have a message for your daughter, Angie. Angie, would you tell me when to stop shuffling, please? So, Corey, if you have a message, okay. We have a few cards that just popped out. We'll start there. So the cards that popped out are a slot machine and packages left at the door. And then there's all these babies sitting around on the floor with their toys. So there's a randomness to life. You know, sometimes it is like a slot machine, but slot machines are never fair. They're not for you to win. The slot machine is always for the establishment. The establishment is always the winner when you play slot machines. Yes, they are fun. Slot machines are fun to play, but in the end, you'll always lose. The other image here is that of these packages stacked at your door, delivered there. Are they memories? Do they represent memories? Or are they literally packages that are coming from some vendor? Packages at the door. This one looks like it has clothing in it. Some new clothes to wear. Maybe this one has food for your body. Food. This one here looks like it might be a computer. I see. Okay. Hmm. Then we have this other images of all these bald-headed children sitting around on a wood floor playing with their toys. So your Norwegian grandmother used to run, okay, daycare. Okay, let's go see what the next card is. And then it's like your life goes on and you hit a pothole with wooden floors, huh? So a pothole in the road, which you best not hit it with your car because, you know, it could damage the suspension of your vehicle. So these potholes in life, they can slow you down, they can bring you to a complete stop, but just for a moment. Okay, let's go one more. And again, we're looking at packages, but this is like you're moving back into your house, like you're bringing into your body these packages from another place. So we got a lot of packages here. We have packages at the door coming from someplace else, and you moving back in and bringing stuff from the outside world into you. The house being a metaphor for you. You're bringing stuff into you from another life, another world. Does that help? Maybe for clarification here. So 222. Hmm. On this one, it's 777. But we have two similar cards. I probably shouldn't have taken that break. I lost a lot of momentum. So you're a pothead, your mom was a pothead. You played a number game with their consecutive, okay. You took another hit. Interesting. Your mom like wizards. Tin foil hat. I think I need to get some new shirts and maybe I'll wear a tie. I like a gold shirt, a red shirt, and a black shirt. Okay. So I have the number 29 here. Is 29 mean anything to you? 29, does that mean anything to you, Angie? 2 plus 9 is 11. 11 is 2. 11 in tarot is justice. 2 is high priestess. 2 is high priestess, and 9 is hermit. Contemplation, or 9 is the completion of a cycle, and 2 is, this is 29, and 2 is balance. So we're looking at the concepts of balance and the end of a cycle. 2 plus 9 is sort of balancing all of those things together before you go and start in at the next cycle. And so some of the words here, we have Pluto. You're looking at like the underworld. So diving into your unconscious mind. Maybe spend a little time journaling, Angie. So what, if you're looking for some messages from your mother, you might start with a blank page and just write down, what do I need to know? Write down, what do I need to know? And then see if you can just start writing. 12/26, 1981. So 3, 4, 5, 11, 11, 12, 13, 13, 21, 30. So 3. So we're looking at, you're looking at like, for yourself, a life path of 3. Let's see, what is that? If I can't remember, I don't remember what the life, I don't have that in my books about the life path. I'm a life path 4. And so you're a life path 3. Where's my Google here? Life path 3. Life path 3. Not 4, 3. So your life path 3, if I added your numbers up right. So are you a charismatic person? And then, of course, you are doing a lot of communication here. And 3 is a number for self-expression and imagination, creativity. So are you, what that says is life path 3 is that you're like a creative spirit or something like that. And so some of the numbers, words that kind of pop out of like underworld, Pluto, humor, maybe you need to work on your sense of humor. What is this word? Conduits? Conduits? Maybe a conduit? And valor? Be loyal like a dog. So you have 3 kids? Yes, as a connection between. Conduit, a connection between. Yes. So, interesting. Well, let's... All of a sudden, my stomach got a little bit... Well, let's just see. So these real-life tarot, this is kind of working for you. So being a conduit, So then you might need to spend more time journaling, just like journaling in with you know, a lot of times when if you journal, I don't know if you do that or not. I used to do it. I used to do it a lot for years and years and years, but to really work on okay, okay. So, what I would suggest for you, this is what I would suggest as an exercise. You got your blank page pen. Okay. You do this. You don't want to think. You just want to write. I would suggest putting a timer on your writing, like 10 minutes. Set a timer for 10 minutes. And you want to, when you do this kind of writing, you want to bypass this and you want to go directly to just getting it out. And just letting that just start writing. Maybe you start with a question. With me, not being a man, not necessarily in touch with my emotions when I was younger, and doing a lot of work, trying to figure things out. I would go sit it in a sanctuary. It was usually Catholic churches. I gravitate towards those kinds of places, and I've never had any judgment in going to a Catholic church or a monastery or anything like that. I've never experienced any judgment from the staff or the people around, or even like in a sense of not even like wanting to be bothered. You just go and to be at peace with yourself. Cathedrals are great places for this. And you go to a place like that, and if you don't want to be bothered, you're not going to be bothered because they're quiet. You go light a candle, you go sit in the quiet. You pull your notebook out. What am I feeling? And just start writing. It takes a while. After a while, a month or two, it'll just kind of come. It'll happen automatically. And that's kind of how you can work on, that whole channeling this stuff from your subconscious mind and getting that out. And getting this stuff out of you. You get those boxes and opening those boxes. And this is a method of, you can go to a shrink. It's kind of the same practice, but sometimes, we have stuff that we just don't trust other people with. And it takes a lot of trust and faith to go to a counselor, to go to a shrink. But if you are like me and you just don't want to like trust, yeah, biggest stained glass window, yeah. So if you're like me and you don't particularly trust these people because you don't trust them, or because they're just being paid to do that, and it's fine, It takes a while, but this is cheap. These notebooks don't cost too much, and pens don't cost very much. And going into a quiet place and just to write whatever comes into your mind and just throw it down on the page. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about anything at all. And you don't even have to read it. So you go to shrinks, you don't trust any of them. My mother knows that thing. Yeah, so you don't believe in but I don't. Yeah. Well, that's that. You don't have to. I chose going into those Catholic churches because they don't necessarily. It's that nobody bothers you. But if you go into like a Protestant church, or the more Protestant that they are, like the more charismatic they are, the more, evangelical, or whatever that means. You're more likely to get bothered by people there. Anyways, and that's why I would, people who are looking, there might be a Buddhist temple or some kind of a thing that's quiet. Yeah, exactly. You're looking at a interpretation of a mystic experience. It's not just the Bible. It's all of those holy. It's all of those holy books. The Upanishads, the the Bhagavad Gita, um, the Quran. I haven't actually read the Quran or whatever. All of those books in one fashion or another, things we call sacred literature, are for the most part just I said Life Path 10. I don't did I said Life Path, I thought I said Life Path 3 for you. I don't remember ever saying um Life Path 10, but I'll take a look and see. I don't think there is a Life Path 10. But let me go check here. Because in numerology, well, let's see. Is there a Life Path 10? Yeah. Yeah, there isn't really a Life Path 10. Yeah, I said Life Path 3. I said you were a Life Path 3. I'm a Life Path 4. Because a Life Path 10 would be a Life Path 1, because 10 reduces back down to 1. Yeah. Huh. Oh, I don't know how many lives. Yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Let's see, what does it say about Life Path 4? Hard work, loyalty. It's funny when it talks about organization, and I look at my house in the environment that I've lived in. There's like no, huh, I don't know. Yeah, interesting. 13 life paths. Well, let's see, what do we got here? Hmm. This one always brings out the crowds here. Hey, dude. What's up? Oh, it's RMV. All right. I am doing that. I am. We'll just take my wig off here. I can't see without glasses. You're right, Angie. Thank you. So I will do a reading for RMV. I'll turn the camera down. I got my Halloween wig there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera down, and we're going to get back to work here. Let's... All right. Let's see about that. We are going to turn the whole thing down. I think it goes like that. My camera rig is kind of tilty. Let's go put the real life tarot back. Well, you know what? I won a couple free tickets the other day. I didn't win the $1.7 billion. Okay, all right. Let's see what we got here for RMV. A question. You know, sometimes I really feel like I'm on Star Trek, the original series. That this, when I'm sitting here waiting for a question, City on the Edge of Forever, Edge. So this is what I sometimes feel like. We're on City on the Edge of Forever, and I'm this machine here just waiting for a question. All right, let's go get on with on this question here for RMV. Oh well. Lottery tickets aren't necessarily gambling, Angie. Lottery tickets are paying a voluntary tax. RMV. I justify my lottery expenditures because I only buy for the most part just the Oregon lottery. Say the 13th, 9/13. I started this on the 12th, so we'll be consistent with my my plan. So how is success will be yours? That depends on how you define success. So we have to first start there, RMV. How do you define success? I didn't spell that. It's just kind of sloppily written. So because success could mean a lot of different things. If it just means you're living your life well, then you're successful. You know, you're having a good time. You're trying to do right. You are being kind and respectful to others. You know, that's success. If you are a parent and your kids graduate from high school and they haven't gotten into any major trouble, no premarital pregnancies, no teenage pregnancies, no car accidents, no so you can have success and not necessarily so from a monetary standpoint. Okay. Because the I can't even speak here. Success does not necessarily mean monetary. So I guess what we're going to do here is let's start by clearing the air. Okay. You know what? I don't know why my stomach is sore. Let's start by clearing the air here. Mother Mary, RMV has a question. So RMV wants to know if he will achieve monetary success anytime soon. So this is the question I'm so it's from a fortune cookie that was given to you. Did you eat the cookie? Let's just do 3 cards. So I'm going to mix these things up. Give them 3 riffle shuffles. And then I will start shuffling. And you will tell me when to stop. That way we can have this connection here, RMV. So you're looking for the signs. What are the signs that you will have success? Let's do 3 cards. Will you have this monetary success anytime soon? I'm going to just show you that I am cutting the deck this way. I'm doing this like this. This is the last riffle shuffle we're going to do here. The bottom card is the Lovers. Okay, we're going to do a 3-card draw for you. You're going to tell me when to stop shuffling. Maybe we can find some signs there, things to look for. I think I hit 2. All right, stop in the 3. All right. Okay, so what if this was a yes/no question? This would be yes, you will have some monetary success soon, but But there's a but here. We have this sense of a different perspective, needing to change your expectations about what it is that you're going to find. That's the first thing. Another thing that we have going on here is I'm going to kind of move it like this. I feel like it goes like this. The needing to, you're plodding forward. This is you. This is what you want. There's this big coin here. You're on your horse. The horse isn't really moving very fast, but on the plane there, because this coin is a precious coin, and you're holding it here in your hands. It's a gift from that fortune cookie. You're holding it here in your hands, and you're plodding forward, moving forward on your little horse, whatever it is that you're moving forward in, going forward. But they're also asking you, in a sense, to find a way to change your perspective, change what it is that you really are looking for. So, like maybe as an exercise, lay on your back and watch TV upside down. That's a change of perspective. Changing your perspective. Because otherwise, if you kind of go on just as you are, you're just going to wear yourself out. This is what the tarot is telling you about what you will achieve success, but it may not come in the form you're expecting it to be. So let's just take a look at the numbers themselves. You're looking at 12, 24, 24, looking at 6. You remember that Lover's card I flashed? Well, we are looking at that number 6, like that Lover's card that was on the bottom of the deck. Queen, 13, 4. Numerically, it shows you're really standing on shaky ground here. And so maybe I will shuffle again, but this is what I got. It is a yes. It is a yes as far as will you achieve success soon, but it is telling me you may need to change your perspective on what success is, or you really work on how to define success. But, you know, But in this sense, we're looking at your foundational is kind of shaky, but there's this balance. You kind of want to balance your expectations against reality. I don't know if that's probably not what you want to hear. Success will be yours. I think that what this is telling me is that you may already be successful. That you are successful. And once you open your eyes to see it. I know that's not what you're asking for. A leg in the shuffle? All right. Let's go do another deck then. You know what? I'm going to do another one. Another one totally different. I've only read on this one once before, and we'll read on it tonight. Okay? Still has that new smell. Let's just see what it says. There is a time lag between, it's like a 5-second lag between when I finish something and you see it. And I'm going to give this quite a few shuffles because I really haven't, I've only read with it once before. But the last time I read with it, the cards it was pretty well spot on. So we're looking here. Let's see what it says. That's what it is. I put too much acid on my stomach today. Those sour gummies I had 2 hours ago are rubbing me the wrong way. All right. Okay. All right, you're going to tell me when to stop shuffling. I'll look at my other monitor and then it will, hopefully I can see it. We're going to run 3 cards. Will RMV success? What is, let me just let me do something else here. Well, oh look, a couple cards popped out. It looks like at this time, I'm going to pull 2 more cards for you. And we'll kind of see what they have to say. You can just tell me when to stop. or okay, we're going to do this card and this one off the bottom. I feel a little bit crowded out on this table. It's mostly yes, just like before. This one, yes, 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 and a no. Let's just take a look at all of these 3 yeses. Sort of out of balance, a sense of being out of balance. So what kind of signs to look for your success? It's telling you to temper your impulsiveness, and you're being impulsive and impatient, and spend more time following through with your ideas. So that's this first card. What it tells me is there is this sense of in your actions, you're being too impulsive, too impatient. And when you start something, you really need to work on trying to finish it. And then this one over here, like I said, I see this as like a love energy that's out of balance. You were not necessarily talking about a romantic love thing. Love of self. A crisis of spirit. And again, we have this sense of this fire energy. That you have this passion. You're a very passionate person. So it's tempering your passion, being less impulsive, following through with the things that you're working on, and then what it says is that when you do these things, when you do act out of your impulsiveness, the result is some form of a loss. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's really similar to the other one. You have this one here where you're drained out, you're depleted, you're losing to someone you perceive as stronger than yourself. You need to see things from a different perspective. And that's mainly when successful will be yours when you're able to shift your perspective. And that's, for the most part, that's what I'm seeing for you, RMV. This one that gives a little bit more minutia on the details on how to do that, and it's tempering tempering the chaos in your life, but yet at the same time acting out of your creativity, capitalizing your creativity. You know, I think what I would say is just like I was like when I was talking with Angie about well, I would just I would go someplace quiet. You want to be successful. And I would start by opening up a journal. Just get yourself a notebook and just keep doing this. How do I define success? Take a timer. How do you define success, right? Go take a timer. Take your timer on your phone. Well, here, just for convenience sake, set it for 11 minutes and 11 seconds because it's easy to do that. Set it as soon as it goes, start writing. Start writing. You already know what it is, but maybe all the ways that you are successful. How do you define success? You know is how are you successful already? How are you successful? You know, how are you successful in this economic system that we live in here today? How are you successful in that? Do you live indoors? Do you live indoors? Do you live indoors? Are you living outside on the street? Or are you living in a good relationship with your siblings? You know, that's kind of strained. I get that. You know, just go through your life. Maybe how do you, and try to gain a perspective shift. Okay, am I successful? Or failure? Or failed? Where have you succeeded and where have you failed? And just go write down these things. I suspect you are more successful than you think you are. Successful versus grateful. Well, you can do it that way. And create lists. How do you change your perspective? I'm just giving you some exercises on some things that you could do. How to change your perspectives. And other things, I mean, is like, okay, you're seeking monetary success. Well, I guess this is hard. This is hard because you live in the city, and every time you step outside of your house, you spend some money. Saving money is hard. I don't play the scratchers anymore. I just play the Oregon State Lottery. You have your California State Lottery. And run a set of numbers for like 20 drawings and kind of stick with it with that. Okay, love and light, we need that. The guidance on that, total opposites. What these cards to tell me is you needing to temper your impulsiveness. But how do you change your perspective? And I think the crux of this, what are the, I already ran the numbers here. And so I don't know how you do this for yourself. One thing I can tell you, RMV, what are your skills? What is it that you are good at? What are you good at, RMV? I mean, these cards tell me you're a very creative and passionate person. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to put these cards away. I think that I need to read with them more than what I already do. I know that they are accurate. Let's see, how about... Oh, you know what? I haven't... Let's take a look at this one. This is not exactly an Oracle deck. It's really more like... But let's just take a look here. Let's just see if we take one of these cards. We'll draw one at random for you and see what it has to say. Okay. I'm just going to say this is for RMV. Let me just work a card loose of something for you to concentrate on. So it'll be this one here. Okay. Let's see what it says. Maybe it makes sense to you, maybe it doesn't. It says, I can have money and freedom too. Look, the number 31 adds up to the number 4. So that's like a foundational thing. And 3, your creative expression and a sense of beginning anew. You can have money and freedom too. A feeling of being overwhelmed is your indicator that you are denying yourself access to all manner of cooperation that could assist you if you were not disallowing it. If you begin to feel freer regarding the expenditure of time and money, doors will open. People will come to assist you. Refreshing and productive ideas will occur to you, and circumstances and events will unfold as you change the way you feel. You access the energy that creates worlds. It is there for your ready access at all times. It's the same card. It's the same card as that of the Hangman. Same concept here. We're looking at the same concept, and it's foundational. But we're looking at your creativity. You're using your creativity to create a new direction. So let's just see what we have to say here. I'm going to go run after a page number. I need a drink of water because I'm thirsty. Let's just go look at a page number. We'll do the old bibliomancy. So what direction should RMV look to find success? Starting with page 14, 1-4. What should RMV do in order to achieve his goals? What should RMV do to achieve his goals? That's a 2. What should RMV do to achieve his goals? 1, 4, 2, 2. Okay. Okay, 1, 4, 2, 2. Which is kind of a 9 energy. So it's sort of to achieve your goals is coming into that 9 energy. One, 4, 2, 2. Let's see if there's anything here. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe get a job at a cemetery. Maybe sell life insurance. Okay, maybe not that. This is too literal. Life insurance. Financial products. So what I get from this is, one, it's tempering yourself tempering yourself to see that whatever you have is enough. The first message I got from page 1422 is what you have is enough. I know this is not what you want to hear. What you have is enough. From spirit point of view, what you have is enough. And that's that changing your perspective thing. But if you're looking for a job, what do you I would suggest sales. Because what I got here from looking at that, and it was valley of death and this and that. What comes after death is a resurrection, comes into new life. A physical job as a grave digger, maybe. Work at a mortuary, but then I look at cemetery, mortuary, but then I thought life insurance, but then financial products, sales. Have you ever tried sales? The thing about sales is, and especially, you live on the West Coast, like me. You live in a state where they do not do sub-minimum wages for wait staff jobs. So wage plus a commission, wage plus tips. So in using your skills, because you have enough, you have what it takes to be successful. You have that, it was given to you. You have that thing. And we can look at that. I look at this. I mean, one of my nieces makes $150,000 a year as a salesperson. She has 13 states as a sales area, and she's a single mom. I know the economy is tough right now. It's really tough. This would be taking a skill. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do for a living. Sales is really tough. But the thing about jobs that have performance-based pay, sales is one of those jobs that has performance-based pay. Yes, I said that. And the sale of financial products is a way to achieve your goal. Now, of course, to sell financial products, man, you do have to have some knowledge. It's not something you'll go out and say. You'll have to take a bunch of exams and everything else. But selling insurance, working for, let's say, some kind of a foundation that, let's say like Thrivent. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that it used to be called Lutheran Brotherhood, but the thing with commissions is that, I mean, probably right now you could probably try selling cars, but cars aren't moving. Nothing's moving right now. I guess um, you have these gifts. Yeah, I do remember that one. I think it was like a soft yes on that 100K a year, but that's what you want to earn, right? But down in California where you're at, 100K a year isn't really anything. I mean, it's really nothing. It's not much at all. What does it say? What do you need to, maybe as a direction to go? Let's just see what this card says. Imbalanced, wishy-washy, mediocre, needing to have some self-control. There's other cards. That's exactly some, and the that Marseille tarot. This was kind of, this card here resonated with some of those cards. But I don't know what you do, man. I don't know what you currently do. But I understand that desperation that you feel. Driving down on that lonely highway. The darkness is approaching. I don't know, man, if I've been of any help to you at all. I would just, suggest for the time being, do that journaling. It's good for you to do it anyway, because it's like, we all have crap and trauma and shit that we gotta let go of out of our lives. And sitting down and writing and so forth and like that can help. But if you look at this in this sense, some people interpret this card in a job card as like a bartender or something like that. Alcohol sales and bartending, you can make a good, pretty penny doing it. It takes a while to work into a bartending job, but if I were to interpret this as a job card, that's the way I would interpret this. Mixing drinks, man. Just don't drink anything. Don't drink your product. That's all. Try to maintain a sober life as much as possible. Learn the signs. Get your alcohol service permit and your food handler's permit. You can probably. How much does that cost in California for an alcohol server permit. In California. And what is the price of it? To $3? Well, that's more than that. God, it cost me about $80 in Oregon, like the last time I've renewed mine. So, I hope that helped. Most of the things here, that everything said, it was about shifting your perspective and looking at your life as though you had enough. And so if you tone down the amount of lottery tickets you bought and just sort of contracted things down to just the draw games, not the scratchers, just the draw games, and that would free up a bunch of money in your life, because those scratchers are pretty expensive and you can spend out of control really, really fast. I don't know what you do for a living, but you might consider something that mixes things together. Something that blends things together to form something new. If it was like something where you could make money at, then alcohol service is something you can do. Involves using your charm, use your charisma. And if you are fast and you have those multitasking skills, you can make a lot of money if you're attentive to the details and make sure you don't screw up people's hamburgers or whatever it is. I would suggest going to work at a casino. Yeah, you have to change your reality, change the way you look. I'm sorry that I wasn't more helpful for you. I say get a job in a casino. You must have one close by. I mean, you're down in Southern California. There must be multiple indigenous casinos down there, but I think they're closer towards the east side. But we're in a bad economy. All right. Why don't you come back some other time, man? I gotta go to bed. And I get up early. I do really appreciate seeing you come in today. I took some time off. I had some trauma that I had family trauma to sort through. Family trauma. Anyways. All right. Come back. I don't know if I'm gonna come on tomorrow night or not. I'm going down to the beach. I'm gonna go down to a place that it's a restaurant that sells only Pronto pups, And so, they take the sausage and they dip it in the batter and they deep fry it. So instead of like your Foster Farms corn dogs, these are like premium corn dogs. Premium corn dog stand. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I don't know if I helped or not. I don't know if anything I said made sense. But here you go. Success will be yours. When you open your eyes to see it. Success will be yours when you open your eyes to see it. All right, take care. And I wanted to thank everyone who popped in. For Angie, for Sexy Sarah. Was there anybody else? All right. Bye-bye for now. And we'll see you all y'all the next time.